Hi everyone, it's Dominic from the Primetime Treasure eBay store and YouTube channel. You know, it's a little past 2:30 in the morning. I actually should be going to bed, but I was looking at my YouTube subscriber list and I saw that another subscriber came through, Sharp Seller, so welcome aboard. And I said, you know what, I wanted to do this YouTube video, so I'm gonna just make sure that I get it done, because I told you that as long as I keep seeing new subscribers coming through, I'm gonna keep making videos and keep adding new content for you guys. So what I want to actually talk about before this goes out the door tomorrow morning to the post office is what is inside this little package here. Okay, what this is a remote control. Looks kind of like this, although a little bit longer. And what you could see on the, if you want to actually know what the one in here looks like, this is the gray one that's right in the middle on the opening picture for this YouTube video. There's a whole bunch of remotes that are lined up that that's actually literally a picture of what I saw laid out when I just happened to walk into a thrift store. I just popped in to see what was going on. We actually specifically went back to the electronics section just to see if they had any remote controls there. Now you might be wondering, why the heck are you looking for remote controls? And remote controls are one of the best items to pick up cheaply and to ship out cheaply, because they're light, so they go out first class, and you could flip for many, many, many times your investment. So for example, this remote control, you're going to pay a little more for them in a thrift store than you will at a garage sale and a estate sale, where you could pick them up for 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents, $1. At a thrift store, you could sometimes get them for $1, but you could also, some of them are also marked $1.99. So I picked this one up for $1.99. It's a Sony remote to an AV system, and it wound up selling for $18.99. Shipping is $2.66. So when you factor in fees as well, seller fees, PayPal fees, eBay fees, that sort of thing, it's going to wind up clearing easily over $10 for a profit. So very simple. If someone were to walk up to you and just give you a $10 bill, would you take it? Absolutely. That's great return on investment. I put it up on Sunday and it literally sold in just a couple of days. So these sell fast, and this one actually had the battery still included. The batteries were actually there in the item at the thrift store. So some more information about remotes and why you should get them. Again, they're often just laying around from old devices that people had that they just don't need anymore, so they don't know what to do with it. They upgraded their TV, for example, to a flat screen television, and they had an old TV laying around, or maybe they got rid of it, but the remote control, they didn't throw that out at the same time, just happened to be hanging around in one of their drawers. So when the person has a garage sale or when there's a estate sale, these remotes are just laying around, and often they're still working. So the thing is that there's somebody else out there that needs that remote control for their device that they are still using. However, because it's maybe an older remote, it doesn't work anymore, so they need a new one, but they can't find it because the actual item is not made anymore. So then they have to go to the secondary market, which is eBay. That's where you're going to find these sorts of things. Sometimes also, remote controls being small and stuff, they could get lost easily. So someone just lost it, they can't find it. They also could drop very easily and just break and shatter. So there's that in terms of another reason why why people might just be looking for another remote control. So testing them out is actually pretty easy. What you could do for a lot of these is that they will light up right here. So you see that light right there? Easy. That's an easy way to test it. So what you want to do is just pop the flaps open in the back, and you can see these take 2 AA batteries. So you just want to have with you 2 AA batteries, maybe 3, just to be safe, and also 3 AAA batteries on you. So just keep them in your pocket somewhere, keep them in a bag, keep them in the car somewhere, wherever. If you have a pocketbook, carry it in a pocketbook. And you know, just have them ready so that if you do see them at a thrift store or garage sale, that you could just easily check these to see if they work, because you're not going to want to purchase it if the batteries are out of it and you have no way to know whether or not it worked or not. So although, you know, it could be if you see something that you're at a garage sale, you forgot your batteries, for example, and you looked it up and the completed sales on it are really good, then you know, you might want to just take a risk if it's only for a quarter or 50 cents like that. But, you know, to just make sure it's ironclad, that you know it's going to work, make sure that you check and have the batteries with you. Now, if it's a remote control that does not light up like this, see, when it lights up like this, very easy to tell that it works, but not all remote controls are like that. Not all of them have light ups like that. So, but what they are going to have is something like this right here, okay? This is going to be some sort of thing, some sort of area for the signal to come out to go to the television. Now, they're not all going to light up. However, if you put batteries in them and they're working, the way to check, this is the secret, is that you turn your mobile phone on and you get the camera area opened, and you just put the camera area right here, right over the part where the rays would come out of the device, and you just press the button, like the on button. And if it is working, what you'll see through your phone only, you won't see it with the naked eye, but through your phone screen, you'll see like a little purple flicker. You got to look carefully for it, but you'll see a purple flicker that goes back and forth. You see that? That tells you that the item's working. So just, you know, hold it, press it, and look for that flicker. That's the key to knowing that they're working. That's the key to testing them without having the actual device. It's a little secret. I'm going to thank, by the way, Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler, for that tip. Check out his channel. He's got some really cool stuff on there. I'll link to it down below in the description section. So, in fact, he has a lot of information about remote controls and why they're just a great item to flip and to sell. So thanks actually to Chris for turning me on to these. And that's actually one of my goals over this spring and summer and fall, is to start picking up these remote controls and start selling them. So this is actually my first one that I have actually sold, because I've never been on the lookout for them, and I passed up 1 million of these probably last year. And you know, another reason why you want to look for remote controls is that whatever it is that you like to sell, be it clothes or be it video games or, you know, comic books, whatever it is, you know, you're going to go to sales and you're going to think that those items might be there. Maybe they are, but for whatever reason you can't purchase them, or you won't purchase them. Maybe you don't purchase them because they're priced too high. Maybe you're not going to purchase them because they're damaged. Maybe you're not going to purchase them because they're not quite what you were expecting. But you made the trip over to the location, and you don't want to just be locked into that one item. I've talked about this before. You want to be able to diversify so that you don't waste your waste your money on your trip over to the location where the sale is. And so, you know, maybe, for example, if you're looking for clothes and you go there and the clothes just aren't quite what you wanted for whatever reason, and you see that there's a couple of remotes laying around, pick one up if it's something that looks like it's a good one that could sell. So the way you just check that is just type in the name of the remote, and you're specifically looking for some type of name brand. So, you know, Sony, Panasonic, Toshiba, something like that. You know, if it's something, just some kind of generic brand that you never heard of before, it's probably not going to be worth anything. And you're looking for ones that are kind of more, have kind of some bulk to it, you know, they're kind of sturdy as opposed to some kind of light, flimsy thing. You know, that's just very cheaply made. You're looking for something more along this lines. I mean, this one's an Insignia. I got this for $1/4 at an estate sale. It was literally just sitting in a box unmarked with a bunch of other junk, or, you know, what the person thought was junk. It actually isn't junk. This is actually worth about $17, so I have it listed as $16.99 at the Primetime Treasure eBay store. So, you know, you could look at my store at the link below and check out how I list these types of things. But in terms of looking them up, you're not just going to type in insignia, you're going to look for the model of the remote, and that's just found right down below usually. You can see that right here. There's all these numbers. You actually have to type those numbers in. So type those numbers and letters in. That keys you in on the actual remote manufacturer's number, and it's like the model number, and that's what you have to search by. Now sometimes they're not listed there, and what you have to do in that instance is you actually have to pop the remote open and either look on the back flap like this. You'll see sometimes the numbers are and the letters are there for the model number, or you'll see inside the inner battery compartment, you pop the batteries out, and then you'll see that some of the information might be located behind there. And speaking of batteries, the other thing you want to check out with batteries is that make sure you check that the inner battery compartments are not corroded, because what happens sometimes is these remotes will be sitting there for a long time with batteries in them, and then the batteries leak out into the compartment and they're damaged. Now, they might just be a little bit damaged and they might be salvageable. To basically salvage battery compartments, what you want to do is take some white vinegar, and you want to dab like a paper towel with it, and then wipe down the inner part of the component when you bring it home, and that could actually kind of revive the inner component there, so that it will receive the power from the battery. So that's one just other option that you could try to kind of if it looks like there's mild damage. If it looks like it's totally gorked out and and totally damaged, obviously I would avoid it and not pick it up. Not all remotes are going to be ones that you could flip for good money, because again, there are going to be some cheaper models out there, or just ones that are just really super common. There's a lot of them on the market, and you could look it up, and there's people selling them for like $8-9. I wouldn't pick those up. I would look for the ones that you could flip for definitely double digits, that you could pick up for 25 cents, a dollar, something like that. I would invest, like this one here, I would invest like $1.99 into it, if it's something that you could flip for like close to $20. Then that winds up being a good investment, so then I would do that. The other thing, in terms of, you might be wondering, why it kind of looks like this, and how I what I did with packing it up. Very simple with packing it up. Now you don't want the remote to get damaged in the mail, because it does go through a little bit of a rough and tumble once it's sent out there. Is what I suggest you do is you take the remote like this. Very easy. Just quickly show you. I'm not going to totally do the whole pack up, but just to give you a sense of what I would do, and then you could just figure it out. I would take your bubble wrap, and I would make sure you use one with the large bubbles, okay? You just put the remote in here like this. You wrap it up once, okay? You could even cut this little extra, there's like a little bit extra here. You could cut that strip down if you want to, okay? Peel your flaps over like this. And then basically you'll wind up having something that looks like this, and it's nice and protected. You see when I'm squeezing it, I actually can't even feel the remote underneath, because these bubbles are so thick. That would not be the case if you use this kind of paper thin bubble wrap. That would not give this the kind of protection that you want to need for the mail. Now still, I would not put it just like this and send it out like this, because sometimes the bubbles can pop if enough pressure is exerted on it. So to give it that extra level of protection that's not going to add a lot of weight to it, what I suggest you do is just take a flap like this, a flap of cardboard. So and basically you would just cut a strip of it like this, cut a strip down, and basically put a layer on the bottom, and then you'd have another layer on the top, kind of like this, and you just cut it and customize it to the size of the remote. So basically it kind of looks like an ice cream sandwich with cardboard and the remote in between as the ice cream. So that's basically how you would do it. And then what you would do is you would just tape those two, tape the sides together, tape it around with, with your tape gun, and then you're all set. And then you've got a nice custom square kind of piece. This is the cardboard right here, and right in there is the the bubble wrap. So that's it. You're all set. How much does this thing weigh? And this is, remember, this is one of the longer remotes. This one weighs 6.5 ounces. So only costs $2.66 to ship it first class. Very, very simple. You know, just put your shipping label right on the outside like that, and then you're all set. It's easy. Go right in your mailbox, or you know, just put it you know, put it out on your porch for for USPS pickup, and you're all set. So anyway, that's about it. That's about the whole spiel on remotes, and I hope that it's helpful for you, and that, like myself, you now go on the lookout for remote controls. If because of this video you want to start flipping remote controls and started selling them and making profit on them, I'd love to know what some of your great sales were from it. Please drop them down below. Put either a link to maybe your sale from your eBay store, or just tell me what it was, what the sale price was. I love to hear that kind of stuff. I do check the comments all the time, so please let me know about that. Also, you know, if you like the video, make sure you hit the like button. For other reselling tips like these, come to the Facebook Reselling Resource Center. That's the Facebook group that I run. The link is down below. Just submit join. It's a join request, and I will let you in if your profile looks good. So I look forward to seeing you there. It's a very interactive, friendly, and supportive group. And the other thing is, make sure you subscribe. So hit that treasure chest little icon that pops up. That will subscribe you to the channel. If you're watching these videos and you haven't subscribed, please just take the extra moment to hit the subscribe button. It's an indication that you do like the videos that you're seeing and you want to add more content. And then you will continue to keep me up at 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes to make more videos for you. I don't mind doing it. I am a night owl, so I hope that you like this and come back to the next one, because I have got some incredible stuff that I got from a haul yesterday that I want to show off. So hopefully, if I have time, that will be the source of the next video. So stay tuned, everyone, and if you subscribe, you'll get a notification for it. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.